there, and welcome to another edition of Did You Know Doctor Who, or what you may or may not have known about Doctor Who. We're once again doing another two-parter. This time it's the first two-part of the New Who era, Aliens of London and World War III. I hope you enjoy. The story was a reflection on 9/11 and the consequential war on terror, with UFO hitting Big Ben reflecting the 9/11 attacks, and the Slovene posing as politicians causing a war for profit is based on the War of Terror and the eventual Second Gulf War in Iraq. Many actors fail to pronounce Raxa Corfali Praetorian, with Russell T Davies being easily able to pronounce it. Even I am struggling to even pronounce that in the word. The story was originally just called Aliens of London Part 1 and Aliens of London Part 2. However, Russell T Davies called Part 2 World War III as a last-minute change. The production initially wanted to include a dead Tony Blair, instead of a generic nameless Prime Minister, but this caused obvious controversy with the government. As such, when the body is shown, it is heavily blurred or barely shown at all, to avoid this. This is the last story to have UNIT stand for United Nations Intelligence Task Force. It was later changed to Unified Intelligence Task Force. This change was because the real UN complained about it, and for once they actually did something, and it was not something anyone wanted. This is also the first time UNIT has appeared since Battlefield. Filming for the crashed spacecraft was difficult, as anti-terror police investigated the strange activity caused by the film crew near Downing Street, which caused major delays. The filming for the Slovene chasing the characters was difficult, as production issues meant there were a great amount of confusion as a result of the filming the scenes using practical and CGI effects together. This episode features the first time the Doctor gets slapped by a woman, a running gag in the revival era. This is the first time the series has had a cliffhanger since Survival. This is the first time Bad Wolf is featured. Initially, Bad Wolf was just thought of during the filming for this episode after Russell T Davies just randomly thought of it, and it was just going to be a random graffiti on the TARDIS. However, he liked it so much that he put in the future stories for this series. As a result of Aliens in London, every modern day episode after this would be moved up a year. Aliens of London is the 700th episode of Doctor Who. The preview for World War III was heavily criticised as it showed the characters surviving their encounters. As a result, all previews for multi-part stories would play after the credits instead of just after the episode. Christopher Eccleston and Naoko Mori would both appear as co-stars in Lennon Naked as John Lennon and Yoko Ono. The scene where the Doctor chases the pig pilot was the first ever scene Christopher Eccleston filmed for the series. In the background, when the Slovene disguised as a policeman is outside Mickey's flat, there is a graffiti with the word Salford, a joke referencing where Christopher Eccleston came from. The Slovene are the only enemies to appear more so in spin-offs than in the actual main series. And that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed. Aliens of London and World War III are certainly some of the most underrated of the New Who era. They're both brilliant political thrillers in a way with aliens, but a lot of people seem to disregard it because, well, the farting gags in it. But honestly, if people looked past that and actually just saw it for the political commentary that it was, reflecting on 9/11 and obviously the War on Terror, it's actually a really, really good story, and I genuinely love it. The Slovene are a brilliant enemy in a way, and in the Sarah Jane adventures they are made even more better because of how creepy and genuinely evil these people are. The fact that they scoop out humans and wear their skin is pretty messed up, all things considered. And they just treat it as a joke. They're pretty messed up aliens, all things considered. And Sarah Jane Adventures obviously made it even more messed up when they start killing kids. Yep, they killed those children, alright. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Did You Know Doctor Who? And I'll see you next time.